Let me ask you something before the week gets loud, before the notification starts, before the emails pile up, before the kids need something, the job demands something, and everybody around you needs a piece of you. Let me ask you this. What are you building this week? Not what are you surviving, not what are you getting through, not what are you tolerating, but what are you building? Because there is a difference, and that difference is everything. Here's what most of us do on Monday morning: we wake up, we react, the alarm goes off, and we immediately go into response mode. We check the phone, answer the text, scroll the feed, react to somebody else's emergency, run somebody else's agenda. And before we've even had a conversation with God, we've already been pulled into a current we didn't choose. And that's called drifting. And I need you to hear me clearly that drifting is not a sin, but it is a strategy. It's the enemy's strategy. Because if the enemy can keep you busy, he never has to worry about you being effective. He doesn't need to destroy you. He needs to distract you. He doesn't need to take you out. He needs to wear you down week after week until you look up one day and realize you've been moving, but you have not been building. Busy is not the same as fruitful. Activity is not the same as assignment. And I don't know who this is for today, but somebody watching this has been exhausted, not because you've been lazy, but because you've been pouring energy into things that were never your assignment to begin with. And that ends this week. It ends today. I want to take you back to the very beginning, the first chapter in the book of Genesis. Before anything existed, before light, before land, before life, the earth was without form and void. Darkness was on the face of the deep. And what did God do? He didn't panic. He didn't drift. He did not react to chaos. He spoke with intention. He moved with purpose. He built day by day, piece by piece, until what was empty became extraordinary. Let that land with you for a moment. God looked at a void and saw a world. God looked at nothing and built something. And here's the theological truth that will change how you approach this Monday. You were made in the image of that God. Genesis 1:27 says God created mankind in his own image. That means the same creative, intentional, purposeful nature that built the universe lives inside of you. You are not just a survivor. You are not just a spectator. You are a builder by design, by DNA, by divine assignment. The question is never whether God gave you the ability to build something meaningful. The question is whether you're going to partner with him to do it. Before I close, I need to say this to somebody. You feel like you're behind, like everybody else is further along, like your peers have figured something out that you haven't, like the vision God put in your heart should have happened by now. And the fact that it happened means maybe you heard wrong. Maybe you missed it. Maybe it's too late. I need you to silence that voice right now because that voice is a liar. Abraham was 75 years old when God called him to build a nation. Moses was 80 when he led the greatest exodus in human history. Sarah laughed at the promise because the timeline didn't make sense to her natural mind, and God still delivered. God is not working on your timeline, he's working on his. And his timeline is always perfect, always purposeful, and always worth trusting. Your job is not to rush the process. Your job is to be faithful in it. Build what's in front of you today. Do it with excellence. Do it with integrity. Do it as if God himself is watching because he is. And trust that the seeds you plant in faithfulness this week will produce a harvest in a season you can't yet see. So your challenge this week, and here's what I want you to do, is three things, and they're simple, executable, and kingdom-minded. Number one, before you do anything else tomorrow morning, give God the first 10 minutes, not after coffee, not after the news, first. Commit your week to him before the world gets its hands on it. Number two, write down one thing God has been calling you to build. One goal, one step, one area of your life where you've been drifting and you know it. Write it down. Make a decision that this week you move forward. And number three, find someone to be accountable. Tell that one person in your life what you're believing God for this week. See, accountability is not weakness, it is wisdom. Proverbs 27:17 says, iron sharpens iron. You were not meant to build alone. So, in closing, I ask you again the same question I started with. What are you building this week? Not what are you surviving, not what are you tolerating, not what are you just trying to get through. What are you building? On purpose, with purpose, for a purpose greater than yourself. You were made in the image of a God who looked at nothing and built everything. That same power lives in you. That same spirit is available to you. That same grace is sufficient for you. So go build. Build your family, build your faith, build your future, build what God put in your heart before the world told you to be practical. Build it with prayer, build it with purpose, build it with people who sharpen you, build it with intentionality and trust the God who never starts something he doesn't intend to finish, including you. Have a God day and have a God week.